Yeah, I'm Jim Radcliffe, and my company is Safeway Advisors. I'm here partnering with All New International. We're here to benefit you, help you with your business endeavors. My ideal loan candidate would be somebody who went to the bank and saw the mountain of paperwork they had to go through in order to deal with the bank, realized that once you have the bank loan, it's likely that even if they give you the loan, that the follow-up will be punishing. And I, for instance, had the ability to borrow from banks when I started my business, but I ultimately did whatever I could to pay off all my loans because their interference in my business and their demands for financial records, and they were unhappy with this or unhappy with that, and this didn't look right and that didn't look right. And I was trying to run a business. I wasn't trying to make the bank happy, and I didn't have time for that. And that was one of the reasons I walked away. So people who either just are familiar with the hassle the bank puts you through and just don't want to do it, or somebody that's been rejected by the bank is a good client for me. My lending range is $20,000 and up. I tell people that I've never, on the high end, been challenged, and I haven't gotten to 8 figures yet, but I've certainly been into the 7-figure range. And I'd love to have somebody challenge me with an 8-figure loan and see if I could get it, because I promise you I could. So now, if you're starting out, you're probably going to need to have a good FICO score, at least in the high 6s and probably in the 7s. If you have collection accounts, it's going to be very hard to get you money. And credit cards, if you have credit cards, you want to be able to have the balances at less than 40% of the total available line. So if you have a credit line of $10,000, you want to have the outstanding amount on each credit card to be $4,000 or less. Now you can balance it, so if you have one that's 6 and one that's 3, you just raise up the one that's 3 to 4 and take $1,000 off the 6 and do it that way. So there are steps you can take in advance of borrowing to prepare yourself for it. Well, I do work actually with a company that does credit repair. So that's an option that's there, and it works. It's time consumptive, but it works, and it can be a resource. I have another company that will work with the clients and they don't even charge anything for it. So it's a part of the lending process. They'll give you a roadmap, and if you've come to them, they'll tell you what you need to do to get the money that you need to get to accomplish your objective. I can also make loans against hard assets, so that, real estate. I work with lenders that do funding for house flippers, and that's the advantage of a broker. I have a broad range of tools in the toolbox. So if you need money and it's for a business purpose, I can probably find somebody who specializes in that kind of funding. I work with the largest funder of churches in the country. And I mean, I didn't even know that God needed money. I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. More so, I hope it's of some value to you and will help you to be successful in whatever endeavor you plan to undertake. If you have any questions for me or you'd like to get in touch with me, you can leave a comment and you'll be able to do that. I'll be able to find you. You can like us, you can share the video, or comment your feedback. If you have questions, we'd love to answer them. Feedback will help us to help others. Take advantage of our experience, save yourself a lot of money, and have a great life.